Welcome back to the channel. We kind of kicked off our channel the other day, and I can't believe all the nice comments and how many views we got in the first 2 days. So I got editor Cameron here today helping us at the plant. We are kind of getting ready for spring. The first order of business is always to change the tires on this sprayer. And I just thought I would do a quick little video and show you how we do it. We think it's pretty safe. We have this little, we actually have a 1-inch air impact gun, but we have found this DeWalt 1/2-inch drive battery powered impact gun. Will whip them nuts off. Just ticky-boo, don't it, Frank?
Yep.
Anyway, what we have is these 2 cement blocks, and it just works perfect for this sprayer. You just put a 20-ton jack on a block of wood, and if it was to slip off, it's only going to fall the distance of that jack, which isn't bad. Anyway, we think it's pretty safe. These tires are heavy. We use these, what are these, Jared? 18.4s?
Yep.
18.442s. We use that for inner row spraying. Jared does all our spraying, which, it's a fun job, isn't it, Jared?
The best.
Anyway, then we put these big boys on. These are for, our first job will be spraying 28 on the wheat. These floaters make a huge difference. A huge difference. We picked these up at, I think it's called Harry's Tire down in the States. Wasn't it Harry's Tire, Jared?
Harry's Tire in Wheatland, Iowa.
Wheatland, Iowa. We've picked these up. It's unbelievable the service you get down there. Anyway, we've had these on, I think this will be their 3rd or 4th year, and they're still pretty good, but they are heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. And you'll see, only thing we use to pick them up is the lift truck. These are solid 1/2-inch steel or thicker rims. Are really heavy. Anyway, I'll bring you back as we get going here. This changes the whole look of this sprayer. These little tires, well, they're not little. When we bought this sprayer, this was the big tires. They had skinnier ones than this, but we thought they were pencil thin. And we had a chance to get rid of them and got the big boys. Anyway, this job happens about, we put the big ones on, and then in about the end of June, when we get the Roundup all on all the soybean acres, we change back to these little tires to do inner row spraying for corn and for soybeans, because we'll put we spray the soybeans in July for different things. Sometimes an extra shot of chemicals. Anyway, as you can see, our blocks are not going to fall over. How many times have we done this, Frank?
Twice a year?
Too many times.
Many times.
We got editor Cameron today. No school today, Cameron? Cameron is you call you an intern, are you, Cameron, here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's our farming intern. Everybody's got to have one of those. Frank had to move the snow here this morning. There was a snowdrift right here where we wanted to work. Anyway, spring is right around the corner. It's going to be 13 degrees today, and the sap's going to run. So we thought we better get this job done. We got a lot of jobs, and we got to start stroking them off the list. We set this up here because our air compressor Our air source is just inside there. We have plant air with three big compressors, actually four rotary screws. And we can get air out of the plant. But since we got this heavy impact gun, this battery impact gun, we don't use the air one as much. There we go. Now our pit crew will get at her. Well, there you have it. We got them all changed. She's ready. We just got to change the oil. And what we usually do is put a little, well, it's a little cold yet, but we'll put a little water in, try all the nozzles, make sure everything's ready, and put her back in the shed and wait. Oh, we'll wait about another 3 weeks before we put nitrate on the wheat. Anyway, Frank's got he's got the big Johnson bar here. We use this to torque them down. We'll torque those nuts down before he goes. We would hate to lose a wheel going down the road. Okay, so the next job we've got to take this tractor. We've never planted corn with it, but we're going to. And we've got to move these tires. And it looks like we got to take the duals off and move the back tire in about 4 inches. The front, we've got to change the plates on it. The disc in the middle, that's all got to be tore apart and moved. Anyway, that's what we're going to do today. And we may or may not use this tractor to plant corn, but we want to get it ready just in case we do. What we ended up doing was getting another planter, and we always plant with a 8260. I started this video about 2 or 3 weeks ago. We were changing the tires on the sprayer, and I started filming this video, and we jumped from there to this 8400. We had in our head we were going to move these tires because we wanted to plant corn with this tractor. And we spent the well, not the whole afternoon, about 3 hours. We had this tire off, and we flipped that plate around, and we done this and we done that. We put the tire on backwards, and we done everything we could, but there's no way that front tire will go down 2 corn rows. So I didn't know what to do. So whenever I get into a position like that with a piece of John Deere equipment, I call out the big gun. So I called my friend Kevin up at Exeter. He's the looks after the shop, and Kevin, I know he scratched his head. He said, you know, Dennis, there's some of these 8000 series tractors that the front tires will not go down to 60 inches, and this is one of them. And it's because these tires, the rim's too small. It's a 26-inch rim, and it needs to be a bigger rim. Anyway, that's why I didn't finish this video. The other thing I wanted to talk about today is where I've been for the last 2 or 3 weeks. About the time we were doing these tires, well, about the next day, we were making syrup in the bush, and I started feeling tough. I was sick for about 3 days, and finally my doctor showed up, and she said, better go get tested. So I go get tested, and I can't believe it. I saw the doctor there where we got tested. He said, oh, I don't think you got COVID. But that was on a Saturday, and on Monday I go on the website, and sure enough, I was positive. So I've been home for the last couple of weeks recuperating. But the point that I want to make today is for all the people that, if you're not feeling well, for crying out loud, just go get tested. It only takes a minute, and I honestly didn't think I was positive. And anyway, so I go and I'm positive, and luckily, as far as I know, no one else in our family tested positive. Like Sharon was negative, Cameron, Jared, my brother, everybody that I was around, nobody was positive. So anyway, and I'm pretty careful on staying my distance from people now. Some people think my 3 feet's closer to, my 6 feet's closer to 3 feet, and maybe it is. But anyway, that's my story. I had COVID. And the other thing the point I want to make today, when your turn comes to get a vaccine, for crying out loud, go get one. Get the first one you can get. Because this thing is not, it's not to be messed with. Our cases in Chatham, Kent have went from 11 to about 130, and now we're down to under 100. But man, come on. The only way we're going to beat this thing is get vaccinated. So I know I'm going to get vaccinated the first chance I get, and I'm getting closer because they're into the, almost down to my age group now. And I talked to a friend of mine. He is turned 70. He can get the shot, and his wife says she's going to have to wait because she told me she's 35. I don't know. I'm not going to call her a liar, but she said she's 35. I question it. Anyway, that's my story. I just wanted to get that across. So if you get a chance to get the vaccine, get her. I know I'm going to. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I wanted to thank everybody that has commented on our last video. We got a lot of comments like, where have you been, and glad to see you're back and all that kind of thing. Well, we took the winter off because of COVID, and I had no idea that it was going to be that important that I take it off, but I am sure glad I took the winter off now, because I would not want to get anybody sick. Anyway, if you like this video, give us a like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. We're going to have a lot more videos coming up because farming season is going to start, and I think you'll find I won't do as many videos for a bit out in the country. It's going to be probably more of our farming operation, and there's lots going on here. There's always lots happening here. I'll get a few videos, maybe a shop video or something. Anyway, thanks for watching.